Bo, what's going on, bud? Yeah, I am good, actually. I'm real good. I was just over at one of my awesome friends' streams that I just met, Punchy54. She just hit 1,000 subscribers and then told everybody in her room, "Go sub Chappy," and she got me from 750 to 777. That's pretty wicked. So, that's awesome. This is a long song. Oh, yeah. And if your ears are bleeding now, I'm sorry. The technical difficulties. I took some time and, well, I fixed this. I didn't fix this up here, but that's fine. So we got two people in here. I sent a message on Discord, and people are live. Come on, join. Hey, Mama. Well, it's no longer your birthday, but, happy yesterday birthday, Mama. And sweet dreams to you. I won't tell any creepy stories with you in here. Pardon me. Hey, Amy. Jay Jr., how you doing? I don't think I recognize you. You must be from Punchy's stream. You now have 8 subscribers. Welcome. Um, anyways, when we get some more people in here, I'll start with the creepy stories. What are we at? It says we're at 1. I think there's more than 1 people in here. Everybody that's here, say something. Um, I mean, I don't know, unless YouTube's actually telling the truth. Who knows? But yeah, my friend Punchy54, she's an amazing artist, absolutely amazing artist, and she hit 1,000 subscribers and like 100 likes tonight. She had like 50 people in her chat. It was pretty awesome. I love seeing small channels like myself get big because we are so niche. You know, me being the creepy one and her being she's a wonderful artist and she keeps freshwater fish. And she's just a cool lady. She may stop by, but it says 2 on your end. Yeah, it looks like Scratch and Bow might have left and Jay Jr. might have left. I don't know. Well, there's 2. Oh, we're up to 3. We're getting there. I usually like to start when there's like 6. I don't know. I don't like going back and restarting stories if I don't have to. But Emmy, I hope everything's going good for you. I know things have been rough, but I hope you have a better outlook on things now. Um, where are my peoples? Bro, I gotta work. Womp, womp, womp. Anyways, um, I don't know. Drink some Pepsi. Some delicious Pepsi for my mouth. My mouth holes. This is the lowest my viewers have been ever. Where is everybody at? It's Thursday. Is everybody sleeping? Let me see here. I'm just gonna go spam my link in a bunch of places. The fuck? Let me see here. Let's post it around. I don't know. Oh, we're up to 4. Look at that. It's like 1:30 a.m. here on East Coast. Yeah, it's a bit late, but now that I'm working nights, I'm trying to get back into streaming every day if I can, so you can have your daily dose of creepy. But yeah, it's been very rough in many ways than just one, but I'm a positive person, and I got this. That's right, you got this. You're a tough cookie. You're good people. I would give you a hug right now if I could. um, I can add everyone there. Aw. Anyways, it says we're up to 4. I mean, that's something. Maybe we can start with a. Ooh, it just popped a toe. We could start with a small story. You know, I love my small stories. My last Googled word was photolithography. I'm such a nerd. It's what I do for a living is photolithography. My father punished me when I talked to ghosts. This one's probably going to be like stupid long, because they always are. 8 minutes. Nope. I'd bother my roommate Chris G, but I think he just got to bed. No worries. But if I ever see a Chris G, I'll be like, would you like a story? Since you're the only one talking. It's called My Father Punished Me When I Talked to Ghosts. It's more than likely a heartwarming tale. Probably not, but whatever. Here's the link. Because sometimes words are hard. Ooh, it makes me a little dark. I might have to turn up my brightness. Mm. Configure video. Oh, he's around on Discord sometimes. And he watches. Oh yeah? Does he? Roger the Shrubber. Bob's back, everybody. Welcome back, Bob. Ooh, I'm a little bit bright right now. Well, it says we got 4 people. Let's do a story. Hey, Bella. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, I won't be able to talk a whole bunch because I'm going to be reading. But here goes. The story, My Father Punished Me When I Talked to Ghosts. I put the link up. If you need the link, I will post it again when I'm done. I've been blind since birth. As I grew up, everything was described to me in such vivid detail that I didn't even realize why it was that important to see, especially having no reference point to compare it. We lived in a single floor ranch house. That's what my father told me. In my mind, of course, I could see, although unlike how I saw a person could, I had a spatial awareness. I knew where my bedroom was, where the bathroom and living room and kitchen were. Each wall had its own texture. I don't know if it was done on purpose or if I could feel things other than ever noticed. I rarely fell over. Only if my father or the visitors put something somewhere. Hang on a second. I can read. I can. I'm doing it right now. Only if my father or other people putting something where they should have. Hang on. I was reading really good and now I can't read. Oh, this is killing me. And this happens sometimes. Womp womp womp. Because I've been awake all day. Let me see if I can find something else. And then go back to that. Because I want to read it. I do want to read it. Please feel free to make fun of me for this. It's okay. Sorted. Let's find something. Hmm. Well, I'm going to be looking for stuff because I've read a lot of these already. Emmy or Roger or Bella, has anything ever been creepy to you when you were in your house by yourself? Or anything that when you're just walking or something and you just, what is that? Like, what's the most creepy thing that's ever happened to you? I would never. My brain shorts out after a tiring day. Yeah, it happens. That was Chappy is putting adobo. I'm putting adobo in your lap. Lappy. So you may temporarily lose it while I'm shortly. No worries, Sleek. Actually, I've been using it, and thank you one more time. I forgot I was trying to. I was gonna talk to you in Mike's stream, but I didn't get a chance. But I've been using it like the Photoshop. I'm in love with that thing. I made this. Hang on, where's it at? I made this one. I put the hat on him. For someone that uses Photoshop, it's probably really easy. That was really effing hard to do. And I did this one too. I know it looks cheesy, but I'm a fan. My aunt used to think our house was haunted, but I don't think IDK. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. That's I don't know. I'm sorry. I had a pretty few years back. Oh, so you're saying, oh, but it's a long story. No worries, Sleek. Thank you very much again. If I don't tell you that enough, I think the house was haunted, but I don't know. I had a pretty few years back. Well, Roger, Bobster, I don't know. If you want to send me an email, I am creepy chappy at Yahoo. I understand that it's the most 1993 email ever, but that's my email. That's one of them. And if anybody ever wants to just send me an email, I check that every now and then. But I don't know. Especially if you tell me in Discord or one of these streams that, hey, I sent you an email. Did you see it? I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, or yes, I did. But I would love to read your story. You look badass at midnight. Thank you. Oh man, it's not what I was looking for, but I appreciate that, Bo. I appreciate that a lot. uh, I will put it here. We used to travel all over the states and weird. Lots of stories told me in the years. Really, any crazy stuff that's happened to y'all? I would love to read your stories. Just letting you know, bro. You're just in the loop. Well, thank you very much. Um, my house is pretty weird. It's 170 years old. It's been owned by many generations of my family. We owned it. I know that word. It's a shop for old things. Whatever. I'll remember it later. Antique shop. There we go. Have a lot of old things. Lots of stories there. Well, really, if y'all are ever inclined to just type out a story, even one that didn't happen to you, just one that you think is creepy enough, let me know. And if it's just an idea you're kicking around, and you give me like a rough start, I can probably help you finish it up because I read a lot of creepy stories, and I mean, if they give me chills, they should give other people chills, right? You know the movie Hostel? I wrote it. Oh, sure you did, buddy. Sure you did. That's Scratch and Bow, y'all. He's famous. He wrote Hostel. It wasn't the same Hostel you saw in theaters. It was a porn about scratching tickets. It's really weird, but you should check it out. Oh man. Um, I'm gonna check my email right now. Actually, people send me emails all the time. And I got an email now live on your channel, Creepy Chappy 267, 276. Well, yes, I know I'm live. Where's my Creepy Chappy? There's my Creepy Chappy. The one that sends me emails the most on this one is Dominoes. I've got to block them. I've got to block them on my Creepy Chappy. Let me see if I can do that real quick. This is helping me. The talking's helping me. As weird as that sounds. Oh, I'm gonna click on the nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna click on the dominoes, and I am going to mark it as spam. 14 more for 500. Captain Chappy. Oh man. Um, Spam. Let's click this one. Oh, I can block the sender. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Oh, but it didn't block that one. Oh, you got through the filter. Block sender. Yeah. All right. Oh, that's a nifty feature. All right, there we go. I'm back to manageable levels of email. That probably sounded weird. I wear earbuds all night, and it hurts my ear because ear holes are small or something. I don't know. It sounds weird, but there we go. Delete those. All right, awesome. Um, Small ear holes or big cushions, and I have them in my ears all night, and it hurts my ears, so I do that sometimes, and I don't know, it sounds funny. Whatever. My Yahoo email is around 3,100 right now. You you want to know? You got them small ear holes too. You want to know some? I don't know. Okay, I can check my phone. I'll show you. This is not a fake number. This is how many unread emails I have. So I'm just going to warn you, make sure that you check your 3,000 emails. Oh, no, that's wrong. That is so wrong. All right, does someone have a calculator? Um, I'm going to give you numbers and you're going to tell me how many emails I have not read. Oh, no, no, it's not 64,000. That was a blatant lie by my phone. Nope. All of my email addresses, which that's one, two, three, four, five. Five emails. I'm about to one up myself. I have 90,683 unread emails. Oh, oh man, that's no. If you're sending me email to creepy Chappy, I'm getting all those emails. I have no unchecked emails in there. Oh, in my YouTube email, no one sends me. Oh, there's changes to the service. I was wondering. I was wondering where my emails for my channel went. I've got them. Yeah, there they are. And Streamlabs. Whatever. I have more. You have more emails than me? Maybe. Um, that's that's not unreal. I think my oldest email would be. I think it's Automatic Idiot. I don't know how to change that. Filtered by Never mind. I don't know what my oldest email is, like 8 or 9 years old. Alright, well, let's see if I can read something. I don't know. Give it a shot. What story is this? The ringing in my ear. I liked that story. That was a good one. Okay, I can close this and this and this, and we'll keep that open and that open. And we'll change this to Creepy Chappy. Bam! Helly, how you doing? Do I watch horror movies in addition to creepypasta stuff? Um, so I don't really care for jump scares, even though I do them to y'all sometimes. I think they're cheap. I like honest scares, like a good sound. Like I, as much as people will probably downvote me for this, I thought Paranormal Activity was like the greatest scary movie because you never saw what is up with my. It's like it keeps falling down. I need some Aqua Velvet or whatever whatever. Put them both down. I don't care. I'm a little dry but good. Well, it's fine. I'm a little flat. I can't get my mustache up. 170,000 emails unread. No wonder. I'm slightly drunk too. Could be even more drunk. This is the one up stream. This is no longer the creepy stream. This is the oh yeah, well you're that. I'm this. I'm just kidding. Um, oh, 170,539 is no matter how much I can't read, I can read numbers. Like I think in the billions. Past that, I started getting confused. Let's all get drunk together. Ooh, Aquavelva, LOL. What's Aquavelva? Is that a hairspray? I don't know. We're gonna try this again. Hey, Pip. You wish you had booze? I have some beers in the fridge. I have beer, and I have Captain Morgan right over there from my last drunk stream, which it'll be a little while. It'll be around Christmas until I can do another one of those. Yeah, I think I can do this. Oh, why were you in the hospital for 5 hours? Creepy story can wait. I saw you say that earlier, Helly. It is truly. I mean, a lot of alcohol has zero carbs. I feel like a lot. Um, actually, oh, my dad fell and broke his wrist, needed stitches on the forehead, and then had a stroke. Oh no. Oh, Pip. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's completely terrible. I really hope he's okay. Poor guy. But still, that's completely scary. That's like when my mom got sick. That was really scary, you know. Yeah, I bet. Completely stressful. Luckily, that had happened, that they were able to get a clot out, or maybe that caused the clot. I'm not sure. Um, Premier Hell, how you doing? But I'm gonna read this real quick. For instance, pure forms of alcohol like whiskey, gin, tequila, rum, and vodka are all completely free of carbs. These beverages can be drunk straight or combined with low carb mixers for more flavor. Wine and light varieties of beer are also relatively low in carbs, usually 3 to 4 grams per serving. 777, I know. I was in Punchy 54 stream. You can read that, Helly. I was in Punchy 54 stream and she just hit 1,000 subscribers tonight. And she had like 50 people on there and she was really sweet. She's like, guys, you gotta check out Chappy's channel. You gotta subscribe to him. And yeah, the fact that he's talking epic sounds promising though. My grandpa had the same thing. Took some time, but he got better. Yeah, it's really scary. Yeah. Tell him all your friends on YouTube. Say, Dad, all the Hellraisers are rooting for you. But maybe not say that because it sounds like we're Satan worshippers and we want him to. So, just it's still not good for ketosis. I just Googled this. I'm going to post it again. Click that. And I'm not going to say ketosis isn't unhealthy. Um, you did not break me. I'm not going to say that. We'll get to the creepy here in a little bit. But when you fast, you can put your body in ketosis and it eats your fat. Do you want me to make you a Chappy snap filter? I don't know what that is. Sure. Hey, Julie. Everybody's now showing up. Um, no, I don't think ketosis is unhealthy, actually. People fast, and if you can fast for long enough, your body enters ketosis. It's actually more unhealthy to eat small amounts of food. Ketosis does eat your muscle, a very small amount. Giving yourself low calories, low carb, like really small amounts of food, causes your body to not go into ketosis, but it actually eats your muscle faster than it eats fat. But when you enter ketosis, your body turns fat is really only unburned energy. So your body will attack fat cells mainly. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but honestly, if you've got enough fat and you've consulted a doctor, which none of us here are doctors, fasting is not unsafe. Also, people enter ketosis from high fat diets like bullet coffee. Um, it, it's a whole thing. Um, but if ketosis is done properly, you you rarely lose much muscle. A lot of people actually continue to work out while they are in ketosis because when you're in ketosis, your brain's firing on all cylinders. You actually have a fair amount of energy. A snap camera filer you can use on your phone or PC. I'm a radio doctor. Premier Hell, I'm not sure what you're saying right now, bud. I'm sorry. I'm just not picking up on it. You fast on the regular and you're okay. Um, Usually to enter ketosis, you have to fast for multiple days. I don't know. I've seen both sides of the argument. I have enough fat on me that I think I could enter it and be safe. But yeah, yeah, they say that happens. You get a lot of energy and brain function because burning fat cells just releases this huge amount of energy. There's actually a man that didn't eat for over a year. Um, he was, I'm gonna be honest, he was a big guy. But if you're ever interested, this man did not eat for 382 days. So he went from 456 pounds to 180 pounds. Nope. He went down more? I don't know. Yeah, yeah, it's super creepy or crazy. But yeah, I don't think everybody can fast. And if you're drinking bulletproof coffee, Pip is skeptical. I mean, I don't know how to answer you on that. I mean, I think everybody should do their own research and get to their own answer. But I will say I don't think fasting is for everybody. And if you're doing bulletproof coffee, you have to do it properly because a lot of people will do like a bulletproof coffee and have like a really big breakfast. Like that's not what you're supposed to do. Um, Here, you can read this one too. Um, I mean, he really did lose that much weight. He also took supplemental vitamins. Here's a Snopes article if you trust them as any type of. I mean, this was a long time ago. Yeah. This is one of the things that says he pooped every 40 to 50 days. That's so disgusting, but you never think about that. Um, yeah, if you want to read that, you can. I don't know. You may or may not believe it. Take everything you read on the internet with a grain of salt. But I don't know. I think it could be done. I honestly think he could lose. He lost that weight. Um, but anyways, we're gonna try to do this story. Maybe I gained viewers and I lost viewers. We're talking about some real edgy stuff now. But we're gonna try this again. But maybe one of these days I'll try a fast for a month, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here goes. Here's the story, and this is take two. I've been blind since birth. As I grew up, everything was described to me in such vivid detail that I didn't even realize it was that important to see, especially having no reference point to compare it. We lived in a single floor ranch house, and my father told me. In my mind, of course, I could see, although unlike how a sighted person could. I had spatial awareness. I knew where my bedroom was, where the bathroom, living room, and kitchen were. Each wall had its own texture. I don't know if it was done on purpose, or if I could feel things others never noticed. I rarely fell over, only if father or one of the visitors put something somewhere they shouldn't have. It was usually the visitors, and father would shout. They visited infrequently, and only briefly when they did. Father and I said, shouldn't speak to them. That is unsettling him. I'll talk to you about that in a second, Pip. They visited infrequently, and only briefly when they did, father said I shouldn't speak to them. That had unsettled him. They'd He'd worry when I saw something he didn't. Saw it within my ears or by touch. Ellie was the first. She seemed very sweet. She asked me my name and why my face was so messed up. She was in the living room. I could hear where she sat from her breaths, harsh nasal sounds as if her nose was blocked. When father had a cold, he'd always breathe through his mouth, big labored breaths, as he wasn't used to it. When people mentioned my face, I always touched it, trying to work out why it was so strange to them. When I asked if I could touch theirs, their answer was always they were always a pause. I guess slightly people never did that. Why would they need to? When I asked Ellie if I could touch her face, she reluctantly agreed, but moments later father entered the room and asked me who I was speaking to. I told him nobody. He would always punish me when I spoke about them, to think it scared him. He would take my arm and march me off. I'd be knocked off my balance and disoriented, to the point where, when he finally set me down, my hands would frantically search my surroundings until I knew where I was. It was unusually my bedroom, though every now and then he'd leave me outside, in the middle of nowhere. That was the worst. I would be lost and scared. He told me about the road that ran in front of the house. He explained that me the sounds I heard were cars. That really killed me if they touched me. Those sounds were the only means of recognizing my surroundings. How are you doing? Zin, Ginger. I'm having a hard time reading here. Oh, everybody's coming. Let me, oh, this is gonna take a little bit. There's a bunch of y'all coming. Oh, how are y'all doing? I'm trying to read a story, but I'm having a hell of a time because my mind wants to shut off. These people are from shit. Punchies. Like I said, she hit 1,000 today, which is very awesome. Are you telling scary stories? I'm trying to. If I could read properly right now. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm having a hell of a time right now trying to read because I'm like kind of tired, but just checking the stream out. Well, we were all talking, besides the story I was reading, we were talking about this man. Um, yes, go to site. We were talking about this man, and if someone could actually not eat for over a year, one of the things he said was that he pooped. I understand this isn't a creepy thing, but all the people here that I know, we just start talking about things. But it said he pooped every 4 or so weeks. Or, what does it say? 40 to 50 days. Oh. You don't have to eat to have poop. Poop is full of fat, bacteria, dead cells, and more. So, I think we should probably stop talking about poop because that's not what the stream's about. But how you doing, Chattanooga Ed? I'm gonna try to get back to the story. No worries, everybody gets modded here. Yeah, I know, yuck. Well, no more, no more, Premier, Premiere. Why did I say your name funny? Love stories. I'm having a hell of a time reading this one. We're gonna find another one. Here we go. This one's called I Told You to Smile. Bella, have a wonderful evening. Thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna get a story out. I really will. We're gonna do this. It was the 2nd of January at 2:04 a.m. I woke up to a knocking on the door. One knock every 3 seconds. I slipped on my slippers and walked down the stairs. As I walked down, the knocking on the door got faster, almost like a heartbeat. When I got to the door, the knocking stopped. I looked outside. Nobody was there. I went back up to my room and went back to bed, thinking it was just some kid playing a prank. I'm gonna get y'all. This is the most people that's been in my stream ever. I went back up to my room and went back to bed, thinking it was just some kid playing a prank. At 4:21 a.m., I woke up to the front door slamming shut. I jumped, terrified. I looked over at my frosted window and found "Smile" written all over it in the frost. I grabbed my phone next to me, ready to call 911, only to find a message written on it saying, "I told you to smile." I cried and ran for my life, running outside. As soon as I got outside, I knocked on my neighbors' houses across the road. They answered me and held me while I sobbed. They phoned the police. At exactly 5:42, the police came to my neighbor's house after an extensive search of my house. They told me there had been no evidence at all of anyone in my house other than me. The message on the windows were gone. Same with the phone. They told me to get some sleep and advised me to see a doctor about the stress and anxiety problems. Fuck that. I knew what happened to me was real. The following evening, after spending all day at my neighbor's, I went home. I went up to my bedroom and set up a camera. It was aimed at my bedroom door and my bed. I set it to record and went to sleep. Thankfully, I slept through the night. However, as I watched the footage, I couldn't believe what I saw. At 3 in the morning, something crawled out from under my bed. It was a completely naked, anorexic man. He stood up and looked at me on the bed. He did so for an hour, not moving at all. Then he moved. He walked over to the camera until his face took up the entire shot. He was extremely pale and had bulging veins all over his head. His eyes were completely black. With a huge smile on his face, he stared at the camera for another 2 hours, not blinking, just slightly twisting his head every now and then. After 2 hours of him staring went past, he walked back over to my bed and crawled back under. I skipped the video forward until it showed me getting up and walking to the camera. The video finished. I was frozen with fear. The video showed him going back under, but not leaving. whatever it was still there. Hey, Seanza, how you doing, bud? So we have a lot of people in here. Thank you. Um, Pip, are you still in here? If Pip's in here, she's to blame. You don't know how to be a mod? That's fine. Everybody gets training here at Chappy's channel. Punchy, how are you doing? You sent everybody over here. That's very sweet of you. Hope y'all are enjoying some creepy stories. On break again. Good to see you here. Hope you're super duper. Oh, hell. Cody son, I like it. Right on. So what we usually do is tell creepy stories and just hold conversations on the side. Ooh. I am pumped, 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 Chappy. Guys, once again, 54 Punchy, the art of fish keeping, hit 1,000 subscribers tonight. And she had like a bajillion watched hours. I think like 7 or 9,000 or something stupid like that. And then she had like 50 people show up in her thread in her stream and give her like 100 likes. So like more than 100 people came through, and she's having a lot of fun right now. She's drinking Fireball with her coffee and whipped cream. So I wouldn't call that Irish coffee. I'd call it like I mean, I struggle to say like white trash coffee because it sounds like something I would drink. But yeah, here's another story. This one's called The Growths. I'd had them ever since I was a kid. I can remember being incredibly self conscious about them, hiding them in my pockets, under books and bags. The kids at school never said anything to my face, but I knew that they were laughing behind my back. I remember asking my parents to take me to the doctor to get them checked out. The growths on my hands seemed to be the elephant in the room back then, since they'd just say I was fine and change the subject. But I knew better. I had tried to remove them as a child, but without avail. Scissors, knives, potato peelers, trying to cut or scrape them off was always a lost cause because I couldn't continue once the pain kicked in. But today was different. It's amazing how numb you can get with a couple of tourniquets and a bottle of Jack Daniels. I was originally planning to use a sharp knife, but figured trying to slice through the tough flesh of the growths would be too arduous in my drunken state. I opted for slightly more technological Plan B. I had to hurry though. I was already getting pretty lightheaded and was starting to feel dizzy. My hands and forearms nearly blew from the lack of circulation. Couldn't wait much longer either. The whirring of the blender helped put me to a short trance. This is a gross one, guys. Ready to do it. What I had to be done. But since I first looked down at my strange deformities. I shoved my left hand in first. The immense sensation of sharp blades slicing through flesh was jarring, but I was surprised to see how well the alcohol was working. I expected it to hurt more. I could hear the sharp metal churning and cutting, working perfectly as planned. I pressed my hand down harder. All those bad memories, all of those embarrassing things, all of the horrible ones were now nothing more than a thick red pulp. Breaking from the feelings of ecstasy, I pulled out before the blades hit knuckle. I smiled, taking a good look at my new hand. As for the growths, well, 5 down and 5 to go. Growths. He's the only one that had fingers. Let me see here. Here's a fun one. Will you sleep tonight? My name is often whispered, my memories aboard. My touch brings out the blisters, my skin is cracked and torn. My eyes are small and heartless, just circles, black as soot. They blend into the darkness, for fear I'd wake you up. I lurk beneath the shadows, forever out of sight. I'm a distant memory, or will you sleep tonight? I can't keep in the giggles. I gently stroke your cheek. Your mind blocks out my presence above you while you sleep. There's nothing left between us. I feel your heart. I, I feel your beating heart. Beside myself with bloodlust, where will I leave my mark? I know you won't forget me, but try hard as you might. I am a distant memory, or will you sleep tonight? And now, I'm in no hurry, my fingers pierce your flesh, your screams cut through the silence, but you have no time left. You soon cry out for mercy, then death as a relief. I'll crackle till you leave a pile of broken meat. There's nothing left to save you. All love will fall to spite. I am a distant memory. Or will you sleep tonight? My tongue mops up your fluids. I slowly lick my fangs. My specter born of hell flame, of which the angels sang. I count them in their thousands, the years to empty years. I'd burn your soul to ashes. It's pointless to feel fear. Now if you plan to sleep, my friend, at least leave on the light. Beware of distant memories. I always work at night. I hate poems, but sometimes they're fun. And something I love that I know a lot of my viewers do not like, but sleep paralysis. You guys ever have sleep paralysis? I only get it when I'm sleeping straight up like this, like in a car chair or a truck chair. But I love the all-encompassing feeling, the weight on my chest, the weight on my legs. It feels like my face is getting pulled down. It honestly feels like when you're in a roller coaster and you're going in a loop to loop. It feels like a G maneuver. Well, this story's called sleep paralysis. So, we'll see. Mm. That's why you don't take Lunesta anymore. Maybe I need to start taking Lunesta. I love sleep paralysis. I'm not joking. That sounds really weird, but I used to get it in the regular when I was in the oil field, and I would just sit in my truck and sleep. I loved it. Sleep paralysis. It's a simple enough thing. It's all a part of the body's sleep process. Sleep paralysis, right? No big deal, really. Your body can produce a chemical that paralyzes your body during REM sleep to prevent you from hurting yourself by thrashing during your dreams. No big deal. Okay, so you open your eyes and you can't move your body. It's the chemicals. Oh, you can keep trying to wriggle those toes, but it's not happening. Forget it. Just relax. I'll go away. It's fine. It's normal. Oh, there's something pressing on your chest real hard. It's making it hard to breathe. It's heavy. So very heavy. Whatever's on your chest. Chemicals. It's all chemicals. Stop trying to scream. It won't work. Your throat muscles are paralyzed too. You still can't breathe. You're staring at a blank ceiling. You can't stare anywhere else. Shadows flit across your vision, forming shapes you try not to think about. A clawed hand, a flash of jagged, shadowy teeth. All images from your subconscious. A face forming above yours, leering through black, void eyes. You think you hear whispering, angry hissing, like a snake that's been disturbed. Suddenly, a sharp, white light briefly flares in the room as a car pulls down the street, dispelling the shadows. The weight is gone. You can breathe. Your hands clench sheets. You feel an eternity has passed, but by it was all the work of the moment. You wriggle just to prove yourself you can. You sit up, take a deep breath, and then laugh a little at yourself. Sleep paralysis. Stupid. You turn to shake your spouse awake, eager to share your experience. You feel paralyzed again. But it has nothing to do with sleep paralysis. You stare at the blood, the jagged wound in her throat, her wide, staring eyes, mouth opened, and a soundless scream. You survived your old hag syndrome. She didn't. How are you guys enjoying these? I know someone who has sleep paralysis. He sees shadows run at him from the corner of the room of a night when he tries to sleep. Well, so here's the thing. In your mind's eye, you can never see a face that you've made up. All faces in your dreams or that you can draw are faces you've seen before. But something your eyes do when you see is they move, okay? For you to see, your eyes constantly move. A good quarter of your day is blurred vision, going left to right or up or down or whatever direction they go. When your eyes stare at something, just stare. If you can pick a point on the wall and just stare, you'll go blind, but you'll usually move your eyes before then. What time and days do you do your streams? Usually at night. Um, I've been doing them the last. I used to do them every day, and I did them at 6 p.m. But now that I work nights, they're usually after 10. Oh, this one? Yeah. Um, so what I was saying, when you when you go into a deprivation tank, or even Brian Brushwood did an experiment where he covered his eyes. When you take all sensory awareness out of your input, in this case eyes, and I think he even blocked his ears, you start to hallucinate things, and you see faces and um, shadows. Shadows one thing that I always see when I shut my eyes. I mean, I can't see them right now because there's too much light, but I feel like if I can look in the shadows hard enough, I see a face. And wonders how many people are staring at a dot right now. Seriously, if you can pick a spot on your wall, I bet you all of my subscribers that you will start to go blind. Everything will start to dim, and if you can stare long enough, even staring at a dim light, it will soon disappear. I used to have a reoccurring dream of my own funeral, right down to visiting the headstone with the date on it. Sensory deprivation causes hallucinating. It does. Are you agreeing with me? Yeah, yeah, that's what I want to know. Do you remember the date? Um, I mean, there's no telling what that could mean, Sharpie. So I want to thank you guys. I currently have 777 subscribers. I stopped last time at 666 and took a nice screenshot because I tend to like being creepy. That's, one of my most fun things is being creepy. But now I'm 777 and, well, I mean, that's another fun number. What are we drinking tonight? Hey, Horn Dog. We're drinking Pepsi. and sweet tea, and the tears of our enemies. August 15th, 2008. Is there any importance of that date to you? Well, here's a link for you. I'm sure you've Googled this before, but that's what happened on August 15th, 2008. You have a screenshot of when you hit 666? I think it's on my phone. I don't. Look at that nose ring. He wants to migrate all around. We might end up taking him out. Look at, I can't even get it straight. Pip, are you still here? She's shy sometimes. No importance other than the fact I was filling my pants as the date approached. uh, that's disgusting, but funny. Very funny. Here's a fun one. Do you guys like to? You are still here. Do you guys like to leave windows open? I know I don't. Well, here's a story about one such occasion. The window. I was in my bedroom, doing the typical at-home teenager thing, staying up late, digging around the depths of the internet, and generally not paying attention to anything other than was on my monitor. It was early morning, around 2 o'clock, and everyone in the house was asleep but me. The room was nice and warm despite it being the dead of winter. Since we had the windows replaced last week, we'd been losing heat, especially in my room, through some old storm windows, but the bitter cold was now kept outside. I don't remember what I was doing. I think in the terror that consumed me, I must have forgotten. I heard a noise at my window, not the sound of a bug flying into it, or the shrubs brushing against it. No. The sound. This was an odd noise. A thumping sound. Something I had never heard before. I didn't think anything of it initially. Whether that was because I genuinely believed it was nothing, or because I didn't want to find out what it was. It was distinctly rhythmic. Thump, thump, thump. It only lasted 15 seconds or so, and then it stopped. I shuddered, but shrugged it off. And after spending another hour or two browsing and consciously not looking towards the window, I turned my computer off and fell into an uneasy but uneventful sleep. This morning, after the sun had been up for a few hours and the things that go bump in the night were doing whatever they do during the daylight hours, I walked to my window and spent a few minutes trying to replicate the sound I had heard. Tapping the window, I bumped it with some soft objects, even locked and unlocked it. But I couldn't for the life of me figure out what had made the sound. Nothing I did even close. I figured it was the event. It had been a fluke. The day was normal until this evening. My dad arrived home from work at his usual time and decided the house was too stuffy. He came into my room and went to open the window. We're in Texas, so winter evenings are sometimes very uncomfortable, or very comfortable in this case, as the case was today. Never in my life before that moment had I genuinely wished to be deaf. My dad forgot to unlock the window before trying to open it, and when he pulled up, it made the same noise I heard last night. My window only has handles on the inside. Oh, Zen Ginger, you found my merch. Yeah. I like these new people. They're fun. Punchy, if you're still here, thank you for sitting. My camera went out of focus when my covers went all crazy. Thank you for sending these people over. Hey, Nikki Pirate, how are you doing? So we have a couple, three people in the stream tonight. Oh, now I have 779 subscribers. I didn't get a picture of the 777, but that's fine. And I have 28 thumbs ups. That's awesome. These are numbers I've never hit before. This is pretty sweet. Hey Scooter, how you doing? The small radio ritual? I'm googling it now. The most dangerous games. Ooh, I love rituals. It wasn't a creepy pasta. Give me the. Dang it. All right, let me find the link. There we go. It was on a separate site that I'm used to. Oh, it's called a small radio. I can find that. A small radio. If I could spell. Find it. Dark radio. Nope. I will read it from creepypasta.wiki. So we're a little past this. Chappy got the creeps, and that's a known fact. Before I got whacked, I was on the same track. You're ridiculous, Horn Dog. And Horn Dog, please, no rubbing on the new guest's legs. I don't know if they'll like that. This is called a small radio. Oh, how I love my rituals. During October 30th, wasn't included. I'm just a word jockey. I just read these things. At 11:59 at night, Go outside. Draw an oval in the dirt with your hands. If you use any tools, it will not work. Place your phone on vibrate and set it in the middle of the shape. You must keep focus on the phone because if you look away, there's a good chance it might vanish. Did I not mention? Something wants to stop you. You can't see it. You can't touch it. It can see you, but not touch you. Try not to take much note of that. At 12:15, you should receive a call from a private number. Don't answer. No one knows what happens, but there's a good chance you will die. Again, take no note of that. After a while, you should receive a text from the same number. It's safe to read. It will disclose a number which is safe to call. Call it and make sure to keep it on speaker. Remember, you can't break focus. If you call it, a man with a deep, raspy voice will answer. It will be silent for a minute or two, and he will ask you for your address. Tell him it's okay. You need to. He will agree to send you a package 2 nights later at 11:59. They will, as soon as the clock strikes 11:59, they will appear without a warning, except a knock on the door. If you open the door, you will find a package. It is sealed tight in a blank cardboard box. If you open it, you will find a small radio. Put in the batteries that come with it. They will last you a year. At 12:15, tune the radio to AM 11.1. The man will speak in a deep mumble, untranslatable. You will feel a slight headache. Don't stop listening. He will get louder, and your headache will grow more painful as he progresses. Don't stop listening. At 12:25 exactly, he will stop. A joyful tune will play. Your headache is gone. As long as the radio plays, somewhere you hold dearest, such as your house or car, will gain endless amounts of good luck. It doesn't matter if you can hear it or not. You will win at every sport you play. You will pass every test you take. You will win every bet you make. You are undefeatable. But one day, you will hear a loud pop. Start running. The batteries died. The thing can now see and touch you. It will stop you now, and all you can do is keep running. It will get you eventually, in time. So yeah. Hey Ty, how you doing? Did you enjoy your trip to London town? And did you like my last comment to you yesterday, right before I signed off? We still have 23 people in here. That's pretty good. I really want to go to bed, but I can't stop telling stories if there's this many people. I am wonderful. I loved it. Awesome job. Jay Betta's room, thank you. And you know what? I usually go to everybody's channel. There's so many people in here, I can't do that. But I'm slowly trying to do that. 26 it says. It says 22 for me. Hang on a second, let me fix my her. Almost. Hey, Scooter's Fault. Amateur Aquatics has 60 subscribers now. I don't recommend you try that ritual. I thank you all for coming in here. If I don't subscribe to you now, or check you out now, or talk to you now, I will eventually get to you. I promise. 24. Oh, yep, says 24 on YouTube. I've used Streamlabs because I get this cool, like, I can do stuff like this. You know. No way. Thanks for the sub. No, all of you people are awesome. Zen Ginger is doing a good job right now. Thank you. Um, I appreciate that. And I guess I'll say this. Anything you buy through my Teespring store, I don't get very much money for it. Um, I think if I left the normal prices on there, Teespring gets like a crap load. And they had it set to where I got like $7 a shirt and like $10 this or $15. I get like a dollar or two from everything you buy, so I don't really get much. But I think it's cool if you wear my stuff. Hey, McSoy. Zen is the bomb. No, I really appreciate it. Um, but yeah, so if y'all buy something, I mean, I just think it's cool that y'all will wear a creepy Chappy shirt or whatever. Um, I buy all my own. Like, hang on a second, I'll show you what a shirt looks like. Or better yet, I bought stretchy pants. Hang on, let me see if I can find these things real quick. Hey Siri, flashlights. Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat what? Flashlight? It's on. Sorry about that. Got it. Thank you. I was just saying, um, thank you, Chevy Fish. Yeah. Now I'm getting 15 seconds of uh, of people because the 15-second or 30-second. Yeah. No sound. How many more can I get in? Can I get a few more? Oh, they're stopping. I think they can hear me now. There's Julie looking up into the corner. Yay. Okay. It's. I don't know if you'd look good in stretchy pants, but yeah, they were a gift I bought for somebody, and I never gave them up. I never gave them to him. I forget what happened. It was one of my friends, and when I was in the oil fields down south. And Chevy, thank you for stopping by. You have a wonderful night. Wait, what? Oh, you're not leaving? I don't know. You should independently produce use of a screen printing company of some shirts and maybe other products so you can get more of the revenue. Yeah, probably. But Teespring, I mean, it's just so easy. Um, how about a quick story, guys? If you guys have any creepy stories you would like for me to read, or tell your story of something creepy that happened to you, you can email me. It is the most 1997 email address ever. I think I said 1993 earlier. Oh, I just dug into my arm. That's gonna bleed. But it is creepy chappy at Yahoo. Quick one. I gotta go in 25 minutes. Well, you can probably get a couple in 25 minutes. Maybe two exactly. Because even though they say 2 minutes, not going. I'm staying till the end. Oh, okay. You thought that I was leaving. I understand. Weirdly enough, my arm is not bleeding. Huh. Let's plug this thing back in. Right now, my streaming setup's a little janky. I used to have LEDs and I had a really good computer that I was using, and I lost that job. Ah. Alright, here's one. It's called Tug, Tug, Tug. You could kick yourself. It's the middle of the night or early in the morning, depending on how you look at it, and freezing cold because you, like an idiot, kicked off your blankets in the night, nearly entirely off the bed, in fact, with only one lovely corner clinging to the edge of the bed. Sitting up, you take it in your hands, feeling that familiar fear from your childhood that if you don't find something to cover yourself up, you're leaving yourself open to all sorts of supernatural horrors. You shrug it off with a chuckle and give the blanket a good hard tug. You try to pull it up with one go. No luck. It seems to be stuck. Another sharp pull seems to set it free a bit, and you work tugging it back up and trying to ignore that silly feeling of growing dread. Tug, 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 tug. There, finally. The blanket is mostly back up on your bed, and you're safely beneath it once more, teasing yourself mentally for getting all worked up over the night, until just before you drift back to sleep. You feel a tug from the one side still dangling down from where it had fallen before. Tug, tug, tug. Hey, Amateur Aquatics. I know, it does. Tug, tug, ecstasy. No, oh. Oh, you know this one's old. They make reference to Winamp. This one's called Elephant Milk. Nipples. I mean, I'm sure if they do, but I never thought about it. Well, did you get the pandas? What the hell's going on? Uh, talking about tugging, and then Cianza talks about elephant milk. And then, of course, I'm not even going to dignify that with. Jeez. This one's called I'm Your Problem Now. Aw. On any night with a crescent moon, open Winamp or any other music program you might have on your computer that has a shuffle program. Empty your mind and keep clicking the forward button. If you're rather unlucky, a song named I'm Your Problem Now .mp3 will start playing. For the first minute, it will be completely silent. Close your eyes when the screams start and do not open them for any reason. Horrible imagery will fill your mind of corpses and unimaginable evil. This will happen as a full 7 minutes of the song's horrible symphony of screams and sounds continues. If you make it through those torturous 7 minutes, you will wake up on a bench in a deserted Greyhound station. A faceless man at the other end of the station will offer you a cigarette. If you don't accept it, your eyes will open and the song will be gone and no time will have passed. If you choose to accept it, however, this man will divulge you the secrets of life. After you're done smoking, take the ticket out of his pocket and board the bus coming to the station. You will awake back in your house, and exactly 12 minutes will have passed since you started listening. The problem is that to anyone survived the song goes insane from the information they've just learned. Be warned, should you succeed through any polished surface, be it mirror, wood, or window, your reflection will always be watching. If you want to open any kind of mysterious horror song story, you can use VLC instead. That's all I use is VLC. I love the shit out of that program. Any scary Christmas stories? Probably, but they're all long, and I'm a little too tired to tell them. Let me see. I might not be too tired to tell them. They're pretty good about doing. Hmm, how about I just write Christmas? I was a Christmas elf. The first night of Christmas is for special people. A very special Christmas supper. Magna, a dark Christmas tale. How long is this one? This site's cool because it tells you how long the stories are. 41 minutes. We're not reading that. I'm sorry, guys. I love you. I don't love you 41 minutes worth. Yep, and never curses me. What are you talking about, Ty? Just look at this picture. How does that make you feel? Just, yeah. How long is this story? Mm-mm. There's lots of Christmas stories. Stories from my daughter. It's not that I won't sit here for 12 hours. And with any luck, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll do 24. But if y'all don't remember, I've read a few long stories. Like Ben Heck was one of them. Or Ben Drowned. I'm sorry. Ben Drowned was one of them. Like, how long is that story? Ben Drowned? That's. Can I improvise a story? I have improvised stories when I was drunk. Yeah, Ben Drowned was 38 minutes long, and it took forever to read. Ben Drowned is a pretty good one, but it took so long to read. Because it says like 38 minutes or 18 minutes on this site. Well, that's reading it. You can read much faster than you can read with your out loud. That story took like 2 hours to read. It was so long. Oh, Chappy, Gateway of the Mind. Is that a story? Or, I don't know. Search, stupid. What's wrong with you? It is a story. I just had it. And then too much clicking and. Oh. And it's a good short one. Look at you, Jay Betta's room. And this is a nice image. What do you guys think? It's rather large, but. Oh, I got it. Yeah. This one's called Gateway of the Mind. I think I may have read this one before, but we'll read it again. I read a bunch of these before, but it's fine. In 1983, a team of deeply pious scientists conducted a radical experiment in an undisclosed facility. The scientists had theorized that a human without access to any sense or ways to perceive stimuli would be able to perceive the presence of God. They believed that the five senses clouded our awareness of eternity, and without them, a human would actually establish contact with God by thought. An elderly man who claimed to have nothing left to live for was the only test subject to volunteer. To purge him of all of his senses, the scientist performed a complete operation in which every sensory nerve connected to the brain was surgically severed. Well, thank you, Amateur Aquatics. Although the test subject retained full muscular function, he could not see, hear, taste, smell, or feel. With no possible way to communicate with or even sense the outside world, he was alone with his thoughts. Scientists monitored him as he spoke aloud about the state of mind, jumbled and slurred sentences that he couldn't even hear. After 4 days, the man claimed to be hearing hushed, unintelligible voices in his head. Assuming it was an onset of psychosis, the scientist paid little attention to the man's concerns. 2 days later, the man cried that he could hear his dead wife speaking with him, and even more, he could communicate back. The scientists were intrigued, but were not convinced until the subject started naming dead relatives of the scientists. He repeated personal information to the scientist that only their dead spouses and parents could have known. At this point, a sizable portion of the scientists left the study. After a week of conversing with the deceased, though, through his thoughts, I apologize, the subject became distressed, saying the voices were overwhelming. In every waking moment, his consciousness was bombarded by hundreds of voices that refused to leave him alone. He frequently threw himself against the wall, trying to elicit a pain response. He begged for the scientists for sedatives so he could escape the voices by sleeping. This tactic worked for 3 days until he started having severe night terrors. The subject repeatedly said that he could see and hear the deceased in his dreams. Only a day later, the subject began to scream and claw at his non-functional eyes, hoping to sense something in the physical world. The hysterical subject now said the voices of the dead were deafening and hostile, speaking of hell and the end of the world. At one point, he yelled, "No heaven, no forgiveness," for 5 straight hours. He continually begged to be killed, but the scientists were convinced that he was close to establishing contact with God. After another day, the subject could no longer form coherent sentences. Seemingly mad, he started to bite off chunks of flesh from his arm. The scientists rushed into the test chamber and restrained him to a table so he could not kill himself. After a few hours of being tied down, the subject halted his struggle and screaming. He stared blankly at the ceiling as teardrops silently streaked across his face. For 2 weeks, the subject had to be manually rehydrated due to his constant crying. Eventually, he turned his head and, despite his blindness, made focused eye contact with the scientist for the first time in the study. He whispered, "I have spoken with God, and He has abandoned us." And his vital signs stopped. There was no apparent cause of death. Hey, Tedra. This story is my kink. Oh, man. As soon as I said bless you, Chappy said God. That was a good one. Well, thank you. I only seek your approval. I'm just kidding. I'm I'm a smartass sometimes. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a fun story. I like that one. Could you imagine if you got a chance to communicate with God and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm about to head out." Oh, I gotta go get some cigarettes out of my car. Then you hear the car start up and drive away. You're like, wait, wait. Imagine if you knew he was gonna die. It was like, I'm gonna ruin this guy's week. Oh no, not a smartass. I know. Wouldn't be the first time a father figure left my life. Oh, Bob. Oh. A little too close to home there. Oh man. Um, sort by. No, where are my short stories at? Damn it. I lost all my short stories. No. Sorted. Sort by. length. I find I like to do the short ones. No way. Your dad's a flat earther? Seriously, Ty? Like he's not trolling you? Oh god, I love those people. I love those people. I won't argue with them because while I know enough, someone that believes so strongly that Earth is flat will drag you down to their level and beat you with their stupidity. If I gotta go to work. Bye bye, my lovelies, and the loveliest, dearest Chappy. See you later, Seanta. You strange, strange man. You know I love you, bud. Be good. Have a good day at work. At the Gime. At the Gime, even. Oh, your family thinks the Earth is 5,000 years old. Ooh. I mean, there's, there's like old evidence of dog people and giants in the Bible, and he once made me and my boyfriend sit through an hour-long creepy pasta about the Hadron Collider. Oh yeah. Hippie, but the Earth is not flat. Don't blame the hippies. Oh man. I mean, I just, I just don't know. Uh, I can see it would be really hard if it was one of your parents. Sorry, Ty. I don't think I've ever asked my parents. I mean, there's just too much evidence. One of the lines was, and all that was left was her tampon and boots. How do you argue with someone who believes that? I mean, I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna sound mean. Was your father picked on in high school? I'm gonna stop. I mean, he obviously made a wonderful daughter that does not believe these things. But some people are born with that skeptic gene. Then it pangs hard for things like flat Earth. Honestly, what does it matter if the Earth was flat? Know what I'm saying, brah? Well, it means all sorts of things. It means that we are so special on this one little planet out of 70 trillion stars in all of the galaxies that someone made our planet flat. If Earth was flat, cats would have knocked everything off it by now. Case closed. No, they believe that Antarctica encases the outside, and no one has been over the edge because the government will not allow anybody to go over the edge. I wouldn't say I'm a narcissist, but I've learned how to appreciate my looks, take care of myself, and keep my looks. I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna have them forever after all. My friend would agree to that. I have a habit of always looking at my reflection. I was about 21 when this happened. It was my birthday, and my older friend took me out drinking. I had drinks in my teen years, but once I knew I was legal age, my dumbass got drunk. I felt my bladder tighten as I finished another bottle of beer. I groaned at the feeling and excused myself to use the restroom. I stumbled to the bathroom and quickly did what I had to do. As I passed the row of mirrors over the sinks, I frowned as I saw my reflection looking less than neat. I grabbed some paper towels before turning on the water to wash off my ruined makeup. I bent down to splash the cold water on my face. As I stood straight up, I gasped as I saw my reflection grinning at me before turning and stepping closer to the door. I backed away and rubbed my eyes, only to reopen them, seeing my normal reflection. My breathing slowed down as I observed the mirror and grinned, shaking my head as I left the bathroom, drawing the reflection up to being just my imagination. See you, Tinra. Later that night, I was cuddled deep in the blankets on my bed as I tried to nurse my headache from my earlier party. I looked over to the mirror on my closet door. At first, I saw my reflection laying down and covered by the blankets. As I started to drift off to sleep, my reflection slowly sat up and walked to the bathroom, which was directly across from the closet mirror. I felt my tiredness seep away from me as I saw this happening, and quickly sat up before running to the bathroom, absolutely psyched out at this point. I sucked in a breath as I flicked on the light, looking around the bathroom until I saw her. My reflection, I mean, in the mirror again. I covered my mouth to silence my screams. There was a man standing behind my reflection, a deep embedded, a knife deep embedded in her throat. I felt hot tears run down my cheeks as I saw this, but my eyes grew wide as I felt breathing on the back of my head and something cold and hard hitting my throat. Yes, Julie, yes, if the earth were flat, it would totally affect the way you live your life. GPS would not work. That's just one thing. Just one. Another one, compasses would not work. I mean, nothing changes. Yes, yes, it does. Like, you wouldn't be able to go anywhere. I took my nose ring out. It's right there on my finger. I'm gonna put it back in. There we go. McSoy is right. What if Earth is the center of the universe and it's been a huge cover up? Then that means that calculations that even amateur scientists do or astronomers do are BS. Or even the fact that, we know that we revolve around the sun. Jesus Christ. Oh, Zen Ginger. Can I keep you? Please. I just want to. I just. Punchy, would you mind if I kept Zen Ginger? I mean, I would love that so much. That was. That was perfect. That's pretty good. Flat earthers don't believe in maths. It's true. That is true. Um, there was a flat earther proving that the earth was flat, and in his proof, proving it was flat, he discovered the earth was curved. Like, oh, I'm so stupid. How did I figure that out? Oh, Julie doesn't believe in math. And that is why Julie has 637,424 cats. Well, not so much that I don't believe in it. I just don't own any. I don't like dealing with math. Chappy, shut it. Julie has so many cats. Bye, Zed. You've been officially sold to Chappy at Chappy. Don't forget to acclimate Zed properly before you introduce him. something creepy just happened. I just heard a noise. That's why I always keep one off. And then, stupid me, I do this with my light, and I'm looking, and I'll let you know that long hair looks really creepy cast on a wall. I'm gonna show you guys this. Let me see if I can get this right again. Wait, like just hang on. It's not doing it now. Yeah, there, kinda. Like it, it was. Oh, did y'all hear that noise that was being made? Julie needs at least half a dozen more cats to qualify as a crazy cat lady. Jesus, that would terrify me. What would, the hair? No, I mean, I swear I heard something. I don't know what it was, but nothing's out of place. And I'll probably go to bed here in a little bit. I gotta be up at noon for the pizza party at work. I'm a crazy lady, but I only have two cats. I think Julie could probably spare a couple. Thank you, Pip. If I'm crazy, it's on my own merits. Do not blame cats. Fair enough. It's crazy, comma, cat, comma, lady. We will write a story in honor of you if it gets you, Chappy. Well, okay, so I'm gonna share a little bit about me. Oh, guys. Um, so I was told about my great grandmother. She. Why don't you play DayZ anymore on streams? I do when I have time off. But now that I'm working, that game takes so long that I mean I'm at 2 hours. I probably could have got somewhere by now, but I need much longer than 2 hours to play DayZ. But so my great grandmother was a witch. That's me scraping stuff off my computer with a razor blade, trying not to cut my computer. I was told that I was protected from a very early age. Which, when I was younger, it really didn't mean much to me. But I was told that my great grandmother, Granny, I guess that's what she liked to be called, um, raised my mom and put a blessing over her unborn children. So things like, I don't know, if I'm driving fast, I drive a Mustang. Couldn't protect you from that sniper shot in DayZ. No, could not, DT. By the way, we used that gear. Oh man. So when I'm driving fast, for instance, I generally like I've had times where Like there will be a blind corner, and I'll know that I have to slow down because I'll see something like flashing blue in a spot that nothing could be flashing, and I'll know that there's cops up ahead. Or not that I know that there's cops, but I know I gotta slow the F down. Um, oh, what else? Just weird things. I got a really funny story. I was uh I was in Austin, Texas, and I was at a karaoke spot, and this really flamboyant guy was reading people's palms. He'd grab their hand and read their palms. And I was smoking a cigarette outside. And I said, "Go ahead, give me a try." And he picks up my hand and immediately throws it down. Like, nope, 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 nope. And he wouldn't talk to me. Well, I badgered him. I bugged him. I said, "What the hell, man? Come on, tell me." And he told me that something dark watches over me. That his family was of the light or whatever, and he didn't want to say any more about that. But I don't know. Like creepy stuff's always happened to me, but it's never hurt me, and it's sometimes helped me. Like no matter how bad things get, I know that something will work out in my favor eventually. Like finding this job that I have now. It's a dream job. Should have asked her to help you in the games against us. Eh, I don't really care. They're video games. DT, who are you? I don't think I know you. Um, my guardian angel's energy is supposed to make me feel good, but it still creeps me out a bit. Happens a lot. Yeah. Um, for instance, just this week, OJT. I did a lot of on-the-job training for my job. I've never done my job before, but just this week, I was fired for 3 hours, and all the ladies at work banded together to get me my job back, and they did. Where can I pick up a guardian angel witch? That sounds useful. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it an angel. I mean, you might. I don't know. I don't know what it is that protects me. And I pray that it never makes itself known to me. Like, in the sense that I am the one that protects you and be like, nope, the fuck out. And I'd piss and shit myself. I'm just being real. But, you know, Chappy gang had your back at work. Yeah. But I mean, stuff like that just happens to me sometimes. Um, I mean, I don't know if that's guardian angel or just me being charismatic enough at work that all the ladies there liked me and I was good at what I did. But I don't know. You know, half of me is a skeptic to say like Zen, you walking by lights is just you just happen to find loose lights. And the other half of me is something's putting out enough energy that overrides the connected energy in things like an EMP would do. I don't know. I've said this before, and I don't know if it made sense, but I would like to believe that ghosts are real because that means the afterlife is real, and that means there is a possibility of heaven and hell. I, of course, would like to, go that way. But the fact is that if ghosts aren't real, then the afterlife is not real. Then when you die, it's just like going to sleep. And I don't know what terrifies me more, seeing a ghost or knowing that nothing happens when you die. I have a lot of alone time, and I think a lot about things. My lights flicker means the power's going out. LOL. I mean, and 54 Punchy, she swears that her cat was real. I'm not going to say that it wasn't because I wasn't there. Um, by no means. Even if heaven and hell aren't real, I think we can agree we are having a good time together right now. I mean, it's pretty amazing that I believe in evolution, it's amazing that we've come up from fish coming out of the sea to all one mother in Africa. Hey Ross, um, but to say that the human soul's not real, I can't, say that that's not real. I mean, I also believe, not that I believe this, but scientific proof. There's a drug called dimethyltryptamine, or better called DMT. The ayahuasca Indians in, I want to say, Brazil, make a brew that you drink, and you just trip all day long. It's the best. I say best. It's the most potent drug. The thing about DMT is when you ingest it, your stomach has inhibitors, so you can't process it. But if you can take an MAOI that blocks your inhibitors, or if you can flood yourself with so much DMT that it gets past, you think it's they're in Peru? Um, it may be in Peru. I'm South America, just down there. Um, but if you can take so much DMT that it floods your system, then the receptors in your brain can receive the drug. Well, that's the thing about DMT. It's in your pineal gland, and scientists believe, they found it in mice and stuff. And funny enough, that their biology is so similar to ours that they're able to test drugs on them. But that DMT comes from your pineal gland, and it processes there. So when you die, that gets activated, and that's when people see otherworldly beings. Very similar to when people take DMT, and it's generally a profound experience. Terence McKenna called them machine elves. Um, oh, if you guys are interested at all, I mean, um, I would really encourage you to look into it. Joe Rogan's got a wonderful um, documentary. It's called DMT, The Life Molecule, I believe. But Jay Betta's room. I prefer to stick with mushrooms. My last trip was very entertaining. Well, here's the thing. This is the difference between psilocybin and N dimethyltryptamine. Do you do you see a similarity at all? Um, so when you take psilocybin, it's very, very close to dimethyltryptamine, or even serotonin, or even funny enough, tryptamine, or hang on, from this is from turkeys. That's tryptamine, and it's very closely related to dimethyltryptamine. So it's, yeah, you dislike shrooms very much. Um, well, the thing about mushrooms, and this is very important to always remember, is set and setting. What's your mindset and what's your physical setting? Everybody recommends you go outside into nature, have a friend that plays the drums, and do mushrooms because you got to make sure that you're in a good place because your feelings are going to come through and your fears and stresses will play hell on you. So never take them thinking, I've got to be happy. I've got to get happy. No, you have to be happy. You have to be in that great place already. And you have to be in a relaxed state because every little thing that could go wrong will go wrong when you're on something like that. Try lucid dreaming. I have lucid dreamed. Yeah, that's when it comes to chemicals. Even child chirality, small differences, I'm guessing, can have huge effects on the impact of a chemical. Yes. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that those chemicals are all related, actually. So they generally go to the same receptors in your brain. But what I was saying about DMT, I'm sorry I got off on a tangent there. But DMT is in every living thing. Well, Zen, there's something called microdosing that don't give you the effects of seeing the machine elves, but um, or any kind of hallucinogens, but they're good for people that have OCD or bipolar tendencies, or even people that are on drugs. It's actually really wonderful. It's something that hospitals are trying now. Lucidity has degrees, and when you can go to sleep, you know you are dreaming to do whatever you want to have effects. You've effectively gained back a third of your life. Yeah, so I've looked into lucid dreaming. So if you have a nervous tick, like you always count your fingers during the day, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you always do that. You always do that. This has to become normal, just completely normal behavior for you. Or you dig your thumb into the side of your finger, or you clench your, because I kind of have nails right now. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I have nails. You always clench your hand and you can dig your hand into your palm. Something that elicits, but not by your primary care physician. I don't suggest trying it on your own. I do suggest only your primary care physician suggest things like that to you. But if you can do something like that, like always count your fingers, that's a good one because counting when you're dreaming, like things like your hands won't look like hands, or counting numbers, looking at things won't really. But when you're asleep, you will tend to do the same things you do when you're awake if it's a habit. And when you look down at your hand to count your fingers, you'll find you have like an extra finger, right? And you'll know that, well, I only count to four ever. Why am I counting to five? I'm dreaming. Or yes, dream journals help. Um, they say that you generally remember all your dreams within a certain amount of time, or even if you don't, keep a dream journal next to your bed when you wake up. Write as much as you can about what you were dreaming, and the more you do it, the more you'll remember. The more you remember, the more you write down, the more you'll know that you're dreaming, and that eventually you'll be able to control your dreams. Um, so that's something you can try. There's great resources online that will help you gain. I always fly in my dreams. Yeah, I love the feeling. I wonder if audio literally reminds you your dreaming helps. Um, hey Lauren. Um, Ty, I don't know. To be honest with you, there have been devices that people that have overeating problems, so they'll wear a sleep mask, and it'll have an LED in it, in either side or one side, and when it recognizes rapid eye movements, so it's when your eyes are going like this, like when you're sleeping, your eyes are left and right, up and down, and just every which way, right? So it notices the movement, and then the light beeps red or whatever color, and that lets you know that you're dreaming. And if you could be trained to know that you're dreaming, then you can eat in your dream, causing you to not eat in real life. Hello, streaming bro. How you doing? You doing good, Lauren? I hope all is well for you. I flail around trying to get liftoff, but I can't fly in my dreams. The thing about when you're lucid dreaming, and it always works in the Freddy movies, is you have to know that you're dreaming, and you have to know that you can do something. That's why my radio never woke me up for work. I just end up at a concert in my dreams and stay asleep. um, yeah, the alarm sound in most bad sci-fi. It's the wah wah, wah. It's on the iPhone. It's the alarm sound. That is my sound. I hate lucid dreams. Have this anxiety that I need to constantly be hiding because I did something terrible, and the authorities are on a massive manhunt for me. Well, if you're truly lucid dreaming, I mean truly lucid dreaming, you can just think that that's not happening anymore. So that's the trick. Chappy, I know I'm dreaming. I just can't. Then you're not trying hard enough. Because the trick to lucid dreaming is to fully know that you're asleep and have the capability to control every little action. Um, I mean, I guess when you explain it to someone, people can say, well, I know I'm dreaming. Well, knowing that you're dreaming and taking control of the situation are two totally different things. And I mean, I've controlled myself while I was dreaming, like in my flying dreams. I've enjoyed that. But I've also just lucid dreamed, which that was also wonderful. Gotta go to work. Have a nice time, guys. Thanks for the creepy stories and chatting, Chappy. Ty, have a wonderful day. And thank you for stopping by. Once in a while, I realize something is impossible in a dream, like a dead relative, but I usually wake up shortly thereafter. Don't get a chance to navigate anything. Well, Zen, you should start writing down your stories. Tell me I'm not trying hard enough. I really was. I was trying to get out, but I tell you the whole thing. I'll have to tell you the whole thing at some point. I don't know what to tell you, Julie. I mean, I really don't know. It's just something that you'll eventually do. But if anybody is truly interested in lucid dreaming, keep a dream journal. Um, I'm not saying look into your dreams or don't look into your dreams because some people believe that that reveals your subconscious to you in other ways. I know neither here nor there if that's true. But keeping a dream journal will help you remember that you're dreaming. It'll let you know what your dreams are like, and it will slowly cause you to be able to control your dreams. When you know you're dreaming is the craziest experience ever, beyond DMT or anything, because you are awake but totally incapacitated. Well, so the thing about DMT is you're not awake when DMT works. Just say, okay, Julie, tell me later. Please, Julie, tell me later. Email me the story. I would love to hear it. Or when we do a voice chat. I honestly would like to hear that. Um, but DMT, when you take it, I've never taken it, but I've done a lot of research on it, and I always ask anybody, hey man, I got some coke or I got some weed. Do you know anybody that's got DMT? I always ask that question. Like I'm the cops, hey, do you got any of that dimethyltryptamine? I don't think he has it. Like, one of those things. But when you take it, you fall asleep. Immediately, you close your eyes and then you go through the things of fighting your subconscious and then breaking through. I mean, when you take DMT, you're just transported. Oh, it's amazing, Chappy. You have to try it. What, DMT? You've taken it? I'm playing with my hair. I've got pigtails now. See? Hang on, here we go. I'm the faceless. Hey, come on here. Stop being good. There you go. Now you can't see me. How's that? I'm a little bit silly sometimes. Tussonex hydrocodone is what I look for, but I'm definitely searching for DMT now. I don't know what those things are. Hydrocodone? Code? Code? Code one? I read words, but not all words, and sometimes words give me pause. So I'm thinking I'll do one more story. It's 3 in the morning, and there's still 18 people in here. uh, Words are hard. They are so hard. Chappy, you're so innocent. What do you mean? Why am I so innocent? Well, there's robo-tripping and opiates. Oh, okay. Robitussin or dextroamphetamine, a liquid opiate prescribed by doctors. Makes them lean out that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that shit's bad. Don't know if I'll be able to sleep. I have to. I have to go to work in the morning. Afternoon. No worries. This was a good stream. Well, I appreciate you guys stopping in. I hope y'all do more often because it's fun with a bunch of people in here. So we're going to read another one. That's not how you search for what I was searching for. Sorted. Yes. There we go. Oh. Oh, you're probably stuck with me. I can't sleep. I'm paranoid now from the stories. Want to continue this conversation? Check out Chappy on this Discord. That's right. Thank you, Zen. You will be back. Well, 10-4. Let me read another story, and then we'll start wrapping this thing up. Well, thank you, 44 Mad Guy Fishing More. Well, I couldn't sit still with one of my kids when I was in labor. They gave me codeine or something. Never again. I couldn't feel anything or move. Yes, because of Pam, you got stuck with the late night fish farm. You're welcome, lol. So wait, Chappy is innocent. He didn't know of Lean. Uh, I mean, you in. He scares you in until you're too frightened to sleep. Shh. Well, here's a story. I was really hoping Recon would stop by because he was really not liking some of the stories. Did my monitor just shake? Okay, that was me. Hey, Scooter. There was a hunter in the woods who, after a long day of hunting, was in the middle of an immense forest. It was getting dark. Having lost his bearings, he decided to head in one direction until he found he was clear of increasingly impossible, oppressive foliage. After what seemed like hours, he came across a cabin in a small clearing. Realizing how dark it had grown, he decided to see if he could stay there for the night. He approached and found the door ajar. Open. Same amount of letters. Open. The door was open. Nobody was inside. The hunter flopped down on the single bed, deciding to explain himself to the owner in the morning. As he looked around, he was surprised to see the walls adorned by many portraits, all painted in incredible detail. Without exception, they appeared to be staring down at him, their features twisted into looks of hatred. Staring back, he grew increasingly uncomfortable. Making a concerted effort to ignore the many hateful faces, he turned to face the wall, and exhausted, he fell into a restless sleep. Face down in an unfamiliar bed, he turned, blinking in unexpected sunlight. Looking up, he discovered the cabin had no portraits, only windows. What did I read wrong? Oh, did I say fish farm? Oh, did I say fish farm? I apologize. Yeah, I do skim and read fast. That happens from time to time. I'm innocent, right? Aw. Someone is standing behind you. Someone may be behind me. I call them fish farm. Sorry, fish family. Fish fam. Sorry, guys. Oh, here's something I like to do and I forgot to do tonight. Hey Siri, where the hell's my Burt's Bees? Here's something weird that y'all won't have any idea or Sorry about that. Yeah, now I'm gonna get 15 seconds of people telling me my audio's messed up because this stupid microphone. Where the hell is it? And there's my scalp. I don't know where it's at. Exactly. I like Zen Ginger's explanation. Which I feel really bad about doing this, but sometimes I mute people or I block people. I don't know how that happens, but if you get muted or blocked, everybody in the chat will say something and I will unmute you or unblock you if I can. And I apologize in advance if that happens, so I try not to click anything on the that's my mouse on the right side of my screen where the chat is because sometimes this OBS program likes to get a little weird. Where the hell is my Thank you. Way of saying have a nice day. I'm dropping shit. Look at me. Yay back. So I never used to allow cussing in my stream at all. And if there was a story with it, I would every now and then I might throw in a shit or a damn or something. Um, but ever since YouTube did the Kava thing, I marked this my streams as adult because they used to be all ages, and I would. Oh, it's empty. Damn it. That sucks. Um, yeah, I mark my streams as adult now, so I just talk normal now. Your reaction to the sound being off. Gone Once Again was amazingly good. For real this time. Watch that damn. Watch that damn audio cable. Yeah. What did I do was like, did I rage? I'd have to rewind and watch. Damn, where's my other vape pen? And I'm recording something. I don't know what, but I was. Screen recorded. Haha. I got refills. Get tape for adults. Shh. The first few puffs are really good until it burns out. But yeah, so yeah, I'll have to do something. I'll probably cut it open and solder the wires. Um, anyways, I hate to do this. I really do, because I've never even had 18 people in here when I was getting ready to do anything, and now I want to say I want to go to bed. Like, I don't want to leave right now. I just want to keep talking with you guys. You love Chappie's technical difficulties. It's sad because I'm a pretty technical person, and I get them a lot. Like, "Hey, let's see how technical he really is." Boop, unplugged. Or sometimes Streamlabs will just stop. Like, I won't be able to stream. Or my camera goes off. Or my mouse likes to stop working. Or my voice goes robotic. Oh, there's more. I'm thinking. Y'all got any more? What else happens to me? There's a lot of technical difficulties I go through. One more story, please. I mean, you asked for it. Y'all are gonna one story me to death, aren't you? Go to bed. We will be back. I'll give one more story. I hope so. This is a lot of fun with people in here. It's way less fun when there's only two people in here. Aww. This one is a warning about silence. Everyone, regardless of their particular mental state, has a curious kind of background noise in their minds. When that noise takes the form of original music, we call it being a genius. When it sounds like voices, we tend to call it schizophrenia. A single voice is often referred to as religion. Most people go through their entire lives without ever being consciously aware of the omnipresent auroral phenomenon, save for those in the rare moments when it catches their attention. Perhaps they think they've just heard their name being called, or they think they've listened to the air rushing through the vents in their house. One way or another, though, the noise is there. You can hear it if you listen for it. Lie down in a quiet room and focus on clearing your mind. Mute your internal monologue. Erase the scenes from your imagination and let yourself sink into the silence. Before long, the whispers of that hidden soundtrack will become evident, then grow louder as you learn to recognize them. It could be that you'll find answers to questions you didn't even know you were asking, or perhaps discover a sense of inner peace that had been lacking in your life. Some folks refer to this as meditation, even if they're mistaken about what's really going on. The truth is, you see, is much less comforting. If you're ever gone walking in the woods, you've likely encountered a cacophony of noises: the songbirds, the chirping insects, the quiet rustle of small animals rushing through the undergrowth, becoming so commonplace that in your minds tend to tune them out. What we notice, though, is what happens when a predator draws near. The chorus abruptly stops. The forest becomes deathly still. A person walking amidst the sudden silence might feel the hairs on the back of their neck start to stand, and notice their heart pounding with a mixture of adrenaline and dread. When you listen to the sounds in your mind, it doesn't matter what form they take. What matters is that you can hear them all, As long as that clamor is present, you know that you're safe. All is well. Even in the most tumultuous even in the most tumultuous of times, the danger arises when that noise seems to stop. When you suddenly experience the most potent silence that you've ever encountered. In that moment, you may start to feel as though you're being watched. After all, in that still forest, the predator is the quietest of all. Try it for yourself if you'd like. When next you are completely alone, imagine you're listening to a sound of some kind. When that sound seems to stop, you'll know that you've been noticed. I had to take my thing off because I was starting to hear nothing. It's like a Charlie Chaplin act. What? When I get ooh, that tastes like bubble gum. When I get what do you call it? Technical difficulties? Holy crap, how many windows do I have open on my phone? This is a very spoopy ritual. The spoopiest of all. Anyways, folks, I love that you're all here, and I really do hope you rejoin. But this creepy MFer needs to get some sleepy sleeps. Well, thank you very much for joining Jay Betta's room. Let me see if my computer can tell me. The people talking recently are Amateur Aquatics, Zen Ginger, Scooter, Julie, Jay Betta, and myself. There's 17 people in here. Chappy's story voice is the best. And I'm supposed to go lay in the silence now. Aw, 54 Punchy. Laters. Thank you. Good night, Pip. Thanks for the great stream. Well, thank you for coming, Chattanooga Ed. Thank you for the stream, Chappy. Thank you, Julie. Thank you for being one of my Patreons. Pip also. And Cianta is one of my Patreons. Roger or Bob the Shrubber. See you later. See you later, buddy. Love the stories. Great stream. Later, Chappy. Later, all. Chevy Fish. Be good. That's the second time you've said that. Amateur Aquatics. Bye, everyone. Goodbye, and thank you for stopping by. See you on your stream tonight. Goodbye from Scooter. Good night, everyone, from Julie. Awesome. Thanks. Bye at Chappy. 44 Mag Guy, Fish, and more. Well, thank you. Don't forget to support Chappy. Become a Patreon. Only if you really want to. I I don't have any awards set up yet. I don't know what I could give people that they'd want. I'll have to do something about merch or something. Cause I mean I don't even get that stuff. Um, but I'll get some T-shirts and stuff made, or maybe start doing some personal chats. But I already do chats on the stream with y'all, so um, I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll get there. Oh. Is actually really doing that. I almost unplugged my audio again. I would have been very mixed. Oh, there's water there. I'll take that. I am really gonna go now. It's 3:29. I have to be up before noon.
creepy painting. I don't paint well. I think all of my paintings would be creepy. Peace, love, audio, RIP audio. Oh, get out of here. That was just saying audio now. Y'all are trolling me. I'm gonna have y'all kicked off YouTube. That's creepy audio. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it's quiet though. Why did it get so quiet? I have a sound bar. I can see the talking. Oops. Sorry, cat. That's fine. Alright, guys. Um, that's not how you do that. I'm having technical difficulties right now. Hmm. I really am having
Technical difficulties. That's probably better. I was really quiet. Yeah. What's sad is that I could see that I was talking because my little soundbar was moving. Oh, I think I'm gonna continuously play music so I know if I have sound or not. Because it's all fed through the same cord. Oh man. It is time for bed. Once again, thank you all very much for coming. You're all very, very awesome people. Alright. Y'all be good. And until next time, bye.